So it's interesting when, like, I was just on a plane and you can just kind of tell who is Irish on that plane. It came from Dublin, but it was just like, they just really love their...
Wow, David, that's so fascinating. I'm looking at the time and it is...
The Chainsaw Minute!
I'm David, and this is your dose of Chainsaw Man. You can join us every Friday. We see what masterpiece Fujimoto put out. Or you can even find these episodes up to 3 days early on our Patreon. All you have to do is make a free account.
I'm Jordan, and if you're looking for regular Shonen Flop goodness, you can listen to our next episode, which is our first thoughts on Dear Anemone, this Monday on the Shonen Flop feed. David, what's the name of that manga?
Dear Anemone.
Close enough.
And these recordings are open to everyone, so listen and chat along with us on the Shonen Flop Discord every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern when there's a new chapter out. Find a link to it in the show notes or on our site, and holy shit, we have like 10 people listening in. I love it. Funky's asked for a sneak peek of our thoughts on that series, and I gotta say, not great.
Seems like a series.
Yeah, definitely a manga of all time. But, Jordan, what was your devil this week?
My devil this week, David, was the hi-hat devil. You see, I'm in music school, and we had to create a groove, David, and then notate that groove.
Were you playing that funky music, white boy?
Oh, you know it, David. But on the notation, I messed up a couple times, including I didn't put in the hi-hat notation properly. So I fixed that, redid the recording, sent it in, and then realized I didn't put any hi-hats in the recording. So then I had to go back and add in the hi-hats and then finally submit it again. So hopefully that'll be all right.
Oh, so more rather than hi, David, it's more like hi-hat, David.
Do you know what a hi-hat is, David?
Yeah, it's like what Abraham Lincoln wore, right?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect you to know that.
Speaking of devils, though, this week, mine was the France devil.
Oh, David, when are they not the devil?
Rachel and I were on a train. We were in France, supposed to go back to Basel in time for dinner, and then that train didn't show up for about 45 minutes, so we were decently late to our plans. And I was talking to my cousins in Switzerland, and I was like, I feel like it should just be an expression to say I took a train from France to mean you're running late. And then my cousin just looks at me and says, it is.
Oh, man.
But Jordan, I feel like shitting on France is very overdone. But you know what isn't overdone, Jordan?
My traveling, because I barely travel. But what were you going to say?
I was going to say talking about Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's hear the plot summary for
Chapter 184! Run, Denji! After saying he has a plan to get out of the aging dimension, Denji has decided to run around the lake over and over again for some reason. The aging devil appears to him saying that he could save Denji if he just has Pochi to eat him. David, it seems like the aging devil is into vor. Big vor guy, you know? Anyway, apparently, while he's being eaten, children will be slaughtered, as we learned like 5 or 6 chapters ago. Yeah. Denji says, damn, that's fucked up. But you know what, aging devil? Chainsaw Man is a superhero. And maybe, just maybe, Pochita didn't want to do it because he doesn't want to kill a bunch of kids. Popcorn, David.
The aging devil tries a different tactic. Hey, you seem to be doing okay even though Nyota is dead. I guess he didn't really care about her. Dennis says he doesn't know what he's talking about, and besides, he'll just get in our family and another, which is unfortunately quite true for the structure of how the series has been going.
Oh, it is true.
The aging devil is shocked at how stupid Dennis is. Dennis, now sweating profusely, stops running and tells the aging devil that his plan to escape has already started, and I can't believe 184 chapters in we still meet people overestimating Denji's intelligence.
Denji's just like, my plan started 35 minutes ago. The real comic heads will get it, you know? That you'll get that reference, am I right? Oh, listen to our episode on Patreon with Xander Cannon. But David, why was this week's chapter a 10 out of 10?
Oh, man. So, this week's chapter was sponsored by A Flock of Seagulls. Because he ran so far away, but couldn't get away. Or does he? We'll find out next week.
Or does he? My favorite thing about that is that for some reason that was the intro song for the American version of Saint Seiya.
I remember that. I was actually looking at the Wikipedia page, and it's not mentioned anywhere, but I was like, this seems like a decently popular song to have licensed for a manga.
It was a cover done by Bowling for Soup.
Also, Saint Seiya, that is the Japanese name for Knights of the Zodiac, right?
Right, how could I be so silly? Of course, it wasn't the opening for Saint Seiya, it was the opening for Knights of the Zodiac. I think literally because that uses the word Aurora Borealis. I'm pretty sure that is the only reason.
I just realized Aurora Borealis sounds like a Hideo Kojima character name.
Localized entirely in your kitchen.
At this time of year? May I see it?
No.
So, yeah, I love how, though, Dennis is like, I'm not killing a bunch of kids, dog. You know? And the Aging Devil's like, don't be a bitch. Just kill a bunch of orphans.
All you gotta do, is just, I'll let you go. You just gotta kill some kids. I don't know. Who even cares? You know?
Superheroes don't kill kids.
I just kind of want to kill a kid. You know?
What a guy.
I like it when kids die. You know? I was like,
fucking God. Oh, God. I also feel like you can really tell what the assistants drew versus Dennis because of how Denji has a completely different line work than all of the backgrounds.
I like how you said what the assistants drew versus Dennis because it implies that
Dennis draws his own series.
Yeah, that Denji draws his own
Remember
series.
that happened in Ayashimon where he got punched so hard he started like seeing someone drawing his own manga?
Right. Holy shit.
What a weird series that was.
That was so weird.
Which was also by an assistant of Fujimoto, so it all relates.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do want to also say, I feel like this arc, as we talked about before, does really seem like Fujimoto trying to talk to the audience as the author. Like, literally, they're having a conversation about how Denji cannot run from his problems while he is running from his issues.
Damn.
Definitely been an arc where Fujimoto, let me very clearly spoon feed you the metaphors I'm trying to show you in this series. You know, like it was like time for them to grow up, sent to the unaging world. Oh man, Fujimoto, you Kino loving bastard. How do you come up with these ideas?
So subtle, David.
Yeah. How about you, Jordan? Is there anything we haven't brought up yet?
Oh man. You gotta love the return of the freaking out guy who's clinging to a tree. Always love to see him.
Yeah.
What do you think Denji's plan is, David?
I mean, my thought, and I don't think this is a hot take, is I think he's trying to run so much he gets sick and vomits.
I think that makes sense.
And people also have a theory that there's something about an accelerated heart rate connecting to Vegeta's heart. So we'll see.
I feel like the vomiting makes a lot of sense, but like, yeah, if it's connected to the heart, maybe that could have some kind of an effect on, the motor or the Chainsaw Man starter. And if it has enough connection to the heart, then it'll just be a blank page with the word the heart written on it.
The heart. God. Nothing will ever top the Promised Neverland doing a flashbang, which was a completely white page. What a brilliant idea.
That's so good.
Yeah. I also love the callback to the Eternity Devil with the perpetual motion machine.
What a fucked up thing.
Where Denji was like, oh, you can't die, but I can't stop drinking blood.
I love how it's like, you can't, I love how Denji's just like, you can kill all my family members because I'll just find more family. Ha 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 ha. That's one way to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also think that they always talk about Dennis and his heart connection to Vegeta, but what if the real connection is their stomach, you know?
I feel like that's quite literally a connection. Yeah. Considering he vomited up the Snow Devil and Bitterness Devil.
I'm just imagining, though, Dennis just runs until he has a heart attack and dies, and Asa's just stuck there by herself.
I mean, maybe that is it. Like, he's trying to sweat so much.
And the Eternity Devil's like, okay, that plan didn't work, and he kicks them both out. God, I don't even know. Jordan, do you have any other thoughts?
Nah.
Okay, well, I do want to say, Jordan, thank you so much for all your hard work on the show.
Thank you, David, for everything that you do on the show as well.
You can find us on Twitter at ShonenFlopcast, Tumblr Shonen-Flop, and our website, ShonenFlop.com. We're also on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever else you get your podcast. Props to Shannon for the awesome cover art. Find her online in Illuminyatea. As a reminder, you can join us recording every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern when there's a new chapter out. Find a link to it in the show notes or on our site. And stay tuned for Monday as we give our first thoughts on Dear Anemone.
So close.
So close yet so far, much like how Fujimoto last week was so close to showing us Rize. Yeah, we're so far from actually being able to see her in the series. But you know what? What if it's all...
David, I'm looking at the clock. Yeah, it looks like the Chainsaw Minute has passed.
All right, bye.
Bye.